I'm heading out for a sail to test the new wind self-steering unit. For me, this is one of the most important pieces of equipment on the boat, so it needs to be good. The monitor didn't want to leave and held on for as long as it could. The new wind self-steerer I'm getting is called a Provane. I found it online. It was the first time seeing it, and I liked the look of the design and started researching all the information I could find. And I brought it in straight away and ripped open the box and checked all the parts out. Really was very impressed. I wrote back to the fellow, he's in Estonia, and I said, it's beautiful, yeah. You just have to look at the quality. It's all nicely built. Oh yeah, beautiful. I have built my own wind self-steerer years ago, and it was a Dutch design called a Provane, and it was on my Van der Stat 30, and it worked fantastic. But I know how much work goes into them. They're not easy to build. It's all wrapped up, but this rudder, solid, very solid. It looks really nice, very good finish. I'm really happy with that. This is the main tube. It's all Durex, super strong. This is the mechanism here. That part fits on top. You even put a little bottle of rum in there. Oh, I have to drink that after the first sail with it. Clear something up straight away is I didn't get this for free or a discount or anything. I paid the full price for it. So it's not an infomercial. Everything's here. I'm going to take it down the boat and put it on. The GoPro wouldn't work, so I didn't show the installation. Wasn't able to film it. But today it's working, and this is what I got done yesterday. Rigged up a spinnaker pole with a halyard going up to the mast to hold it. Well, I put this bracket on down the bottom there. That was the all-important bracket, has to be super strong. These ones here, I just have to line it all up and fasten these now. I left that length, this one here I had to cut. I had to drill the holes to go in there into the tube, which can be a hard job, but not when you have a sharp drill bit and you don't overheat it. It's quite strong. It's right next to the one there is right next to a rib, a stringer. And the other bolt is right next to that pipe. It's all welded in, super strong. These pieces of inner tube, they'll go underneath. Rather than look for someone to hold the spanner, I did this and it worked. Good, nice looking air vane. Just made this up. So let's put it on. Alrighty. It's all installed. Air vane's on. I lined it up by eye. I think it should be pretty close. The rudder. I had to twist the tube, but I couldn't film it because I needed 3 hands. Can't wait to try it out, and that will be tomorrow morning. Okay, cracked off, going 8 knots or so. So far the wind self-steerer is handling it in this sort of conditions. Because we've got the speed up, it seems to be doing alright. We've got 17 knots of wind. White capping out there now. Anyway. Test, sailing downwind. So far so good. It's a good sign, flopping over like that. This can be a challenge to a windcell steerer as the apparent wind drops. The Provane steered a very straight course. The true wind is about 13 knots. The apparent wind is 9-10 knots. And we're sitting at about 150 degrees. But the boat speed is gone down a bit. Second day of testing, and it was about 10 knots of true wind. I learnt a lot on this sail. One is to tune the boat so the air vane is flopping to both sides. When it is upright, the boat is on course. First is to use the rudder and turn the wheel to get the correct amount of weather helm. It's best to have the rudder as close to center as possible. Out for the third day of testing, and the wind built to about 14 knots. Push it all the way here. The rudder will steer further. When you did it, and you push it all the way that way, less rudder. This adjustment regulates how much its rudder turns. So far, I have found that Haphazard likes this adjustment towards the minimum setting. I'm pushing the air vane by hand so you can see the mechanism working. It was good sailing conditions, and the vane steered with very little adjustment. Sailing downwind again in lighter winds, and the course was good and straight and no signs of steering off course, which is always a concern sailing downwind if the mainsail was to do an uncontrolled jibe. Heading back, doing good speed, over 8 knots. Winds 75 degrees. Keeping this course here. Some of the downsides to this type of windcell steerer are that it protrudes a long way down off centre and has less protection from the keel from debris like logs. The other, it works as a brake when turning the boat sharply. I noticed the difference when turning into the slip at the Suva Yacht Club. The boat's turning circle is bigger. More than 2 hours after low tide, and the boat is stuck on the bottom again. I'm going to have to wait till the tide comes in more to tie the bow lines. So I have the ropes leading back, and from the cockpit I can pull the ropes, and you'll see it's turning the air vane, so you can change it to the exact direction, and you can do that without coming out the back here. I sent a photo of the installation to Provane, and they got back to me and said that I should have put this here higher up to make it stronger. Understandably, I made a mistake there. I should have known better. So I'm going to try and fix that today. So I've changed the bracing. It's up a lot higher now. It should give more leverage from the bottom brace down there up to the top brace. It's a lot more leverage, so it should be stronger. I have an electric autopilot, but I don't want to sail a long trip with just an autopilot. It's too unreliable, and there's a big risk that it could fail. It takes 4 crew to comfortably steer a boat on a long trip. 3 crew, it's okay, but a little more tiring. 2 crew, and it would be an exhausting chore. And for a single-handed, it's close to impossible. When I decided to buy this windsail steerer, I was hoping it would work well, and I really think it does do that. After 3 test sails, the performance is everything I was hoping for. I'll keep using it until I head off for a long distance sailing voyage, and I think this completes the refit on Haphazard. I will be sailing from now on. Until next time, happy sailing.